to some of the greatest places. We have a great relationship. And he said, look, we had two festivals. We was playing at a punk festival in Blackpool. And then we had an indie festival in Bingley. And we had a day off in between. We had a day off. And he said, I've booked you a pub gig, a legendary pub called the Golden Lion. And after he booked it, like 4 people messaged me, oh, you're going to love this place. Oh, it's so good, you're going to love this pub. So much so that I was like, I hate hype. So I was like, fuck this shit, man. I'm not going to like it. Too much hype. But we finished the gig in Blackpool, we drove down and we pulled up at the other side of town in Todmorden. And as I got out of the car, I was like, there's a folklore museum. And next to the Folklore Museum was an off-licence that had T-shirts that said the Todmorden UFO Society on the T-shirt. One of my biggest regrets, I'm not really one for regrets, but the biggest regret of my life is I never bought that fucking T-shirt. I'll be back there first thing tomorrow morning. But I was like, alright, I was like, oh, I'm quite interested by that. We come down, when we come here, we played the gig, and to be honest, the gig was alright, but after that, I don't know what happened. I got transported into another world. I was in this pub, and there's the woman who runs this, a woman called Gig. I hope she's here. Everybody left. Me and Gig out stayed. Everyone from my gig left. When people come for another party, they all left. It was me and Gig playing pool at 5:30 in the morning. I had my iPod on the fucking, I had the aux lead. I was playing all these songs. I actually played 4 songs of my favourite songwriters that write songs about bars that they like. I was like, here's a Todd Snyder song about a bar called the Devil's Backbone Tavern, and here's a Hayes Carl song about this bar, and I said, I'm going to write a song about this place. And that was the fucking deal, and here we are. Was a copper in Yorkshire in the 80s, a fine upstanding gentleman patrolling the valleys, and one night he saw flashing lights upon the hill. Although he couldn't explain them, he knew them to be real. Of course nobody believed him while he stuck to his story. Got fired from the force, extradited from society. But every other Tuesday night they still talk of his legacy in the golden light at the Todmorden UFO Society. Well, Holly's got her own take. She knows them to be fairies. She runs the Folklore Museum in town above the bakery. A treasure trove of tales, talking of a distant past, before they killed off all the witches, exorcised all of the ghosts. I've been there on my travels. I broke some bread, and with a woven willow cross I played a little gig. As promised, the bright stones were worth the climb, and when the heavens opened I took it for a sign. This country's full of boozers, and I've seen my fair share. Something about this valley though, there's magic in the air. You can see it in the scenery, the faces in the stones. Feel it in the public house that makes you feel at home. Somewhere the magic still lives on. The golden lion in Todmorden. I love it when a plan comes together. Well, aliens and fairies are a hard pill to swallow. The local poets are a tough act to follow. More than likely there's a meaning behind the myth. From hell, and Halifax may he deliver us. 'cause in this part of the county there's an unusual history, where in medieval times they thrived a cottage industry with no lord looking over. People lived in free tenancy, and without the church they lived free from authority. So began a legacy that's still living now. You can see it in the kindness stickers all over the town. Feel it in the cold wind that blows across the stones. Hear it in the public house that makes you feel at home. Somewhere the magic still lives on. The golden lion in Todmorden. Hop in for a drink, you might find Jarvis Cocker. Two in the twist, you might find Steve Davis playing the locals and pool, or an awesome local band playing in the upstairs room with D&B monitors fresh out of the box, not the kind of sound system that you find in a pub. They'll have you fed and watered. When it comes to scran, there's the best Thai food this side of Thailand. And like a lucky dragon at a helm behind the bar, she goes by the name of Gid. She's the lion's beating heart. I'm not sure if she's an alien or if she's a fairy, but she is the hero of this Todmorden story. This country's full of boozers, and I've seen my fair share. Something about this valley, though, there's magic in the air. You can see it in the scenery, the faces in the stones. Feel it in the public house that makes you feel at home. Somewhere the magic still lives on, but the gold